This is Miss Moore, the owner and operator of Little Angels Child Care Development Center, and I am Quaisha Conrad conducting her interview. Okay, Miss Moore, your first question is, what advice would you give to a student that's interested in opening their own center?
Making sure if that's something that you really want to do, making a total commitment to do the things that following through with what you need to do for us, the state rules and regulations, and knowing what is required to open up a daycare center.
Okay. What would you say the strengths are of having your own center?
The strengths of having your own center is that you are touching so many people's lives, the little children, and you begin to touch the lives of parents also in teaching and instructing, and not only that, with the people that work with you.
Okay. What are some challenges of having your own center?
Challenges of having your own center, since they have went with the different rules and regulations, having people that's qualified, sometimes versus you may have a person that's not really qualified for his paper wise, but they are more qualified and they know the job well. So you have to know when to balance that off too, because you can have people that's good with credentials and have paperwork, but do not have total commitment to families and young children. Thank you.
I agree. What accomplishments are you most proud of and why?
Well, my most accomplishments is when I started years ago. I started with some little young kids, and now that a lot of my kids have left the daycare, I have one little girl that's in school in London, going to be in law school in London. I have several of my kids that entered into Duke University. So it's just been a blessing to know that this was the foundation and this is where they started.
Where do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years?
3 to 5 years, darling, I don't know where I'll be, because you know what, you can't make a whole lot of plans, but my plan is to be able to work much smarter and not as hard.
What 3 words would you use to describe yourself?
I'm compassionate, I'm honest, and I'm a trustworthy person.
I agree, Miss Moore. How long have you been in the child care field?
Over 30 years.
How have this career helped you as an individual?
Tolerate people, knowing that everybody's not the same, everybody don't think the same, and so you have to learn how sometimes to back off, listen to what people have to say, and try to look at it through their eyes.
Okay. I know that sometimes things get stressful having your own business. How do you cope under stressful situations?
How I cope with stressful situations? I usually try not to deal with a lot of stress. The Word of God has a place in my heart. So what I do when I feel that I'm getting a little bit of stress, I go to my desk, I sit down, take deep breaths, and try to find ways to eliminate the stress. Where is it coming from, and how can I eliminate it?
Okay. And last question, if there is anything that you can change about your center, what would it be and why?
If it was anything that I would change, I don't think there would be anything that I would want to change. We've gone through a lot of changes in the last 30 years. Some of it's for the good, some of it is not. So a lot of times, you know, you have to go back and revise things. I'm basically from the old school, so there's a lot of things that I like to see the children doing, expressing themselves in learning, reading, and activities. Now, a lot of things have changed, going to where children learn through play. I agree that they learn through play, but I think the children need to be taught also. So that's about basically where I would be.
Okay, this concludes our interview. Thank you.
Thank you too.